What's up, YouTube? It's Zandar the Legend here today. We're continuing with our Fate Reforged. As you can see, we've got a booster box waiting here in the background. Not sure which video that'll be in, but it'll definitely be... Oh yeah. She'll be open here a little bit later. We needed more Fate Reforged cards. Yeah, I could buy the 10, 15 cards I needed for probably, I don't know, 150, 200 bucks, but I could buy a booster box and open it up and get none of them. So that's for another video. Today we're going over the Clash Pack, two-player Clash Pack for Power and Profit, which is evidently a blue-black deck and a black-green deck. I don't know too much about this, so let's hop right into it. I don't know what this contains, what it has. Just destroy that packaging. We would have brought Paula Dean out for this, but she's on her vacation. She's just resting. She's just resting over there. So, you know, I've learned if you're on a vacation, don't bother me. And so I kind of treat her the same way. Oh, this is nice right here. I don't know what this would be used for, but that is some good cardboard action right there. Looks like we got stuff in here. Yeah, we got lots of junk. Just everything comes falling out of there. So it looks like we are going to have some big deck boxes for this. Or no, it's one. It's just one big box. This is Power and Profit on there. Fate Reforged. Nothing too fancy. The rules reference card. Don't need that. Trash that thing. And you know, we never open these. Let's open it and let's just see. Supposedly it's going to tell you how to play the deck. Let's see if I've been lying to everybody. Oh yeah, it says playing the Profit deck and it tells you how. So that's good. And playing the Power deck. And it has a list of every card that's in those decks. And we got to think about building your own deck here on the back in tournaments and events. Awesome. Awesome right into the trash can. But that's actually really good for other people that haven't been playing or know what they're doing. Most likely I'll be taking these decks apart once I get all the trash in there. But we'll just have to wait and see. Alright, let's go right into, I believe this would have been the Power deck. Now, I don't know if these are alternate artwork, but they're definitely a premium foil card. Starting off with the Necropolis Fiend, 7 uncolored, double black for a 4/5 with Delve. He has Flying, and for X and tap, exile X cards from your graveyard. Target creature gets -X/-X till end of turn. Hero's Downfall, it's worth buying it just for that. I got a really good sell on this too, guys. I basically a huge promo price. I'm not even sure what I paid anymore, but I think it was right around $100 for the booster box, the Clash Pack, and a Fat Pack. And then tax, obviously, but 1 uncolored, double black, destroy target creature or planeswalker. This card gets seen a lot of play, a lot of sideboards, a lot of main boards. Anything that's an instant kill planeswalker, amen to that. Sultai Ascendancy, tricolored, black, green, and blue. It's an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top 2 cards of your library, put any number of them into your graveyard, and put the rest back on top of your library in any order. Alright, now it looks like we're getting out of the premium promo cards. Scuttling Doom Engine, 6 uncolored for a 6/6. It can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. When it dies, it deals 6 damage to target opponent. Monastery Siege, 2 uncolored and a blue. Enters the battlefield, choose cons or dragons. For cons, at the beginning of your draw step, draw an additional card, then discard. For dragons, spells your opponent's cast that target you or a permanent you control cost 2 uncolored and more to cast. Commons, we'll just go kind of through these really quick. Typhoid Rats, 1/1 Death Touch. Satyr Wayfinder, 1 uncolored, green. Looks like you're going to get a full play set of him. Whenever he enters the battlefield, you can reveal the top 4 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them into your hand, put the rest into your graveyard. Soltari Skullkeeper. Alright, Merciless Executioner, he's uncommon, he's pretty good. 2 uncolored and a black for 3/1. He enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature. Necromancer's Assistant. Return Centaur. I haven't seen him too much, just because I haven't opened up some of these older sets. 3 uncolored and a black for a 2/4. When he enters the battlefield, target player puts the top 4 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. We're going to see a lot of graveyard mechanics. Sultari Soothsayer, 2 uncolored, and try black, green, and blue for a 2/5. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand, the rest into your graveyard. All about getting cards into the graveyard. Sultari Scavenger, he has Delve, so you're going to be able to get him out real quick. Once you can pretty much flood the board later in the game for just 1 black. You get a 3/3 flying once you delve enough things from your graveyard. Same thing with Gurmag Angler, 5/5. Just really deadly. You see him played a lot in some of the drafting formats and everything else. Obviously, we're going to need the dual color lands here to get some stuff out. Evolving Wilds to search for those lands. Opulent Palace is going to give us those tricolors that we need. Green, black, and blue. You're going to see a bunch of swamps, a bunch of forests, a bunch of islands. And we're going to get into our spells, which is the last thing you guys are going to be concerned about for this deck. We're going to have a Despise, 1 black sorcery. Target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a creature or planeswalker card from it. That player discards that card. I don't know. I think that's pretty good. I don't know if people are running Despise right now. I haven't played against it, but 1 mana and you get rid of a planeswalker from their hand. We need to start playing with that more, I think. Null, counter target artifact or enchantment spell for just 1 blue, always good. Naturalize, same thing, destroy target artifact or enchantment for just 2. Naturalizing Blast is counter target multicolored spell for just 2 mana. The Scheming, look at the top 5 cards of your library, put any number of them into your graveyard and the rest back onto your library in any order. Obviously, you're going to see some of those since it's a graveyard mechanic. Sultai Banner, you can tap it and add any of the 3 colors you need for your land, or you can pay 3 and tap it and you get to draw a card. Sultai Charm, here you go. All the charms are pretty good. It's obviously going to be tricolored for your color set, which is green, black, and blue if you haven't figured that out yet. You get to choose one of the following 3. Destroy target monocolored creature, destroy target artifact or enchantment, draw 2 cards, and then discard a card. It's not quite as powerful as an Abzan Charm, but it's still pretty good. Obviously, we're going to be running 2 of those. Murderous Cuts, 4 uncolored and black, but it does have Delve. So basically, going to be a 1 mana destroy target creature. Very deadly in this deck. Honestly, you might want to see more than even 2 of them. Set Adrift, same thing, all a lot of Delve mechanics here. 5 uncolored and a blue. Put target non-land permanent on top of its owner's library. Treasure Cruise, so powerful, it's banned in at least 1 format. 7 uncolored and a blue. It's got Delve. Basically, for 1 blue, you could draw 3 cards if you can get enough things out of your graveyard. Just insane. For a common, just insane. Dead Drop, 9 and a black, has Delve. Target player sacrifices 2 creatures. Potentially, if you do enough things to the graveyard, whew, that's deadly. Really surprised you don't see 2 of those. And our last card, which is another rare, is a Herald of Torment. 1 uncolored, double black for 3/3. You can bestow him as well as an enchantment. Flying, at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life. Enchanted creature gets +3/+3 and has flying. So very interesting deck there. I think that'd be a lot of fun to play. And that's really what it comes down to at the end of the day is, would this deck be fun to play? I think so. Is it competitive enough to take to tournaments? No, definitely not. But with some tweaks and minor adjustments, it'd be really fun. And I tell you what, if you took that somewhere, you might catch a lot of people off guard. Now, let's look into Profit. Not sure what the mechanics are going to be here, but it is black and green, so let's see what it is. I'm assuming it's not going to be Delve again, but it might be. For Reaper of the Wilds, it's a 2 uncolored black-green for a 4/5. Whenever another creature dies, you can scry 1. For just 1 black, it gains Death Touch until end of turn. For 1 uncolored and a green, it gains Hexproof until end of turn. Very solid way to keep it alive. Promo Cruiser of Crufix. Card speaks for itself. It's in play in so many decks. Devotion, green control. I mean, just all sort. Well, there's not really green control, but he is in lots of different decks. I believe he's in. Is he in Abzan control? I'm not sure. No, he's not. That's a couple other cards. But 1 uncolored, double green for a 2/4. Play with the top card of your library revealed. I saw a guy during Friday Night Magic not doing that. You may play the top card of your library if it's a land, so obviously he couldn't do that. And when a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may gain 1 life. I'm pretty sure he was still gaining the life, but love seeing another promo of these. I think this card right here alone is worth I want to say it's like $14 at my local game shop if you wanted to buy one of those. So I've completely forgot that was in there. Very excited to see that. Whip of Erebos, 2 uncolored, double black. Creatures you control have lifelink. For 2 uncolored and double black, you can tap, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste. Exile it at the beginning of the next end step. If it would leave the battlefield, exile it instead of putting it anywhere else. Activate this ability only any time you could cast a sorcery. And that's it for the promo cards. Let's go into the deck. Kind of the same thing we did last time. We'll go over a couple of the big important ones, but Baleful Eidolon, common. He's a 1/1, but he's got a bestow. Death Touch, you get 1/1 and has Death Touch if it's bestowed. Brain Maggot, you used to see this quite a bit. 1 uncolored and 1 black for 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals his or her hand to you, and you choose a non-land card from it. Exile that card until Brain Maggot leaves the battlefield. Basically, you just play that and try to keep it alive. Leaf Crown Dryad. This is going to be this is going to be a big bestow deck, it looks like. It's going to give you reach. An enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has reach if it's bestowed. Grim Guardian. Now, see, here's a new mechanic for this deck. Constellation. For 2 uncolored and a black, you get a 1/4 Constellation. Whenever Grim Guardian or another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life. We're going to see several of him because that's a good mechanic for this deck. Noble Quarry. 2 uncolored and a green for a 1/1. Huge bestow cost, but all creatures able to block the quarry or enchanted creature do so. So if you want to make sure they block something with Death Touch, you can just bestow it out. Oakheart Dryads, 2 uncolored and a green for a 2/3. They have Constellation as well. Target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. The Nyx Weaver. I've seen this card a little bit. I've tried to play with it. I never had much luck. 1 uncolored, black-green for 2/3 with reach. At the beginning of your upkeep, put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. For the same thing down below, you can exile it and return target card from your graveyard to your hand. I think it's just about having him in the right deck. And this is probably the right deck, but another uncommon is going to be the Grave Robber Spider. 3 uncolored and a green for a 2/4 with reach. For 3 and a black, though, it gets +X/+X till end of turn, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Activate this ability only once each turn. Loathsome Calibus, Nemesis of Mortals, 4 uncolored, double green for a 5/5. It costs 1 less to cast for each creature card in your graveyard, so you could get them out for just 2 double green, potentially. For 7 and double green, it has Monstrosity of 5. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each creature card in your graveyard. Basically, you're going to put 5 +1/+1. So he's basically going to be a 10/10 if you've got a bunch of cards you can go through in your graveyard. You're going to have the dual lands like last time, so that way you can get the mana you need to make stuff happen. Swamps. Should be there's a lot of swamps and forests. There's not much to this deck. Alright. Dark Betrayal, 1 black for destroy target black creature. Obviously, it'll be great against the deck you're fighting, but it's too limited, really, to be used in other decks. Or sideboarding, I would feel like. Haunt of Fertility. Vine Weft. Debilitating Injury. Pretty good. 1 uncolored and a black. Enchant creature gets -2/-2. For a common, not too bad. Commune with the Gods is going to work with this deck pretty good. 1 uncolored and a green. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a creature card or enchantment card from among them into your hand. Put the rest into your graveyard. And like I said, you're going to see a 3 of just because it is that good in this deck. Defend the Hearth. 1 uncolored and a green. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to players this turn. Plummet. Very solid removal. For just 2 mana, 1 uncolored and a green. Destroy target creature with flying. Not really super solid in the matchup against this other deck, since it only has a very limited in flying creatures, but would be very good for typical tournaments now with dragons coming out. Tons of dragons, tons of flying creatures all over the place. Nyx Infusion, 2 uncolored and a black. Enchant the creature, it gets +2/+2 as long as it's an enchantment. Otherwise, it gets -2/-2. Reviving Melody, 2 uncolored and a green. Choose 1 or both. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand, and or return target enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. Night Howler, getting back into the rares for this this Prophet deck. 1 uncolored double black for a 0/0. You can bestow them as well for just 4 mana. Enchant creature gets +X/+X, where X is the number of creature cards in all graveyards. Pretty solid, rare to use. Eidolon of Blossoms, another really good card. 2 uncolored double green for a 2/2. It has Constellation. Whenever the Eidolon Blossoms or another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, you can draw a card. This got played in several decks. I'm not sure if it's still out there right now, but very, very solid card. And Doomwake Giant, super common. 20 different versions of these, it feels like. I can't remember if he's on the intro pack, but there's definitely ways you can get a promo of him with different art. 4 uncolored and a black for 4/6. He also has Constellation. When another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, creatures your opponents control get -1/-1 until end of turn. So guys, that's it. That's the Power and Profit Clash, whatever it was called. What was it called, guys? The Clash Pack. First Clash Pack review ever. Really what it kind of comes down to for me is right there. I mean, right there. Oh, no, not just that. We had the, like, I'm not going to say you should go out and buy them just for these reasons, but I feel like those 2 cards alone right there, if you need them and you like shiny premium alternate artwork, or not alternate artwork, but shiny premium promo cards for them, man, I mean, right there, it's worth it for me just for that. However, I'm pretty sure the MSRP on this is quite a bit higher than what I got it for. I think it's like, it might be 25, 30 bucks. I don't know if I would buy it just for that these days, because you can pick up these cards individually a lot cheaper. And at the end of the day, these are pretty much the 2 cards you're going to want out of there. Whip doesn't see play very much anymore. The Sultai Ascendancy doesn't really see play. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty much, at the end of the day, this is what you're getting from the Clash Pack if you're competitive and playing Friday Night Magic and all that sorts of things. If not, if that's not what you're worried about, man, pick them up, because it looks like 2 fun decks to play against each other and then tear apart and remake 1 master deck out of both. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe, hit that like button, leave me a comment down below. If you like seeing the Clash Packs, we'll always try to open products from every different set and series, especially going forward with Modern Masters 2015 coming out and Origins later this year. So have a great day.